everybody! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. Whoa. Can I talk? I am Sunny. I am your North Country Knitter, and I am very excited that you are here with me watching this video. I have a lot to show you this week, so hopefully I can get it all in. I have 2 kids sleeping, so fingers crossed we can get it done. It is a Sunday, but lately my little one has been very clingy. She's been very much a mama's girl, so we'll see. Yeah, this is the second time I've done this video today. Last time my light also went out, so fingers crossed all around. Yeah, so it's been a very busy week in our personal lives, but I've also got a lot of knitting done somehow, surprisingly, and I will dive right into showing that all to you. You can also find me on Instagram at North Country Knitter. You can find me on Facebook at North Country Knitter, and you can also find me on Etsy at North Country Knit Shop. And I'll have everything linked down below, and happy you're watching. So first up, I have a baby hat that I knit, and if you've watched my last 2 videos, you know all about this one. Or my last video, wasn't in the video before that. My last video, you know all about this hat. This is a King Charles brocade pattern. I found it through Ravelry, I think. I'll make sure to put the link down below. And I was very meh about how this hat turned out because it is a gorgeous pattern, but I couldn't make the pattern go all the way through. I messed up on some stitches and it just, I could tell. And I didn't know whether or not to send the hat, whether to not send the hat. So instead, I made a second hat, which you'll see probably right around in here. It's like really cute purple and white. The purple is Caron Simply Soft. I think it was something like violet, and I really enjoyed making it. Oh, there went my light. Hi. So that hat pattern is called, it's a Quick Ombre. Sorry, you're gonna hear the paper. Quick Ombre hat by Amy Demure. Sorry if I say your name completely wrong. But here it is, the pattern hat that they chose. And I loved making this hat. This was the first time I've done colorway like that. It took me a little bit because I'm not a double knitter. I can't use both hands to knit. So like I've seen a lot of people, when they're doing this, they have one color in one hand, one color in their left hand, and they knit accordingly. I can't do that. It's an aspiration of mine. I would like to someday. It's not on the table right now. So it did take me longer than it may take someone who can double knit, but this was a very, very enjoyable pattern. You can find it on Ravelry. Just search for Quick Ombre hat. And the pattern, actually, she has it broken down into sizes ranging from preemie 4 to 5 pounds all the way up to adult man. And it was really, I really enjoyed it. So I did newborn size because I found a lot of comments online. They were saying that it was a little bit bigger than they expected. So I went with the newborn size with the idea that the baby will be able to grow into it. So a little bit more. They sent me a picture and it fits already, but it looks like there's some growing room too. So, and then I highlight all the pattern details I need. That way I can zero right in on what I'm looking for, what I need to do next. If you don't do that, I highly recommend it. It makes it go much more smoothly. Another little quick tip I have is here's the pattern, and the one I did was only 19 rows, but a lot of people use Post-its to cover up the row they just did. So as they're working up, they move the Post-it up per row so you can keep track of it better that way. I thought that was brilliant, and I was really excited when I printed this off because I was like, oh, I can do the Post-it trick. Then I realized I don't have any Post-its in the house, so I couldn't do it. But I just used a piece of paper, and that worked well enough. I was easy to keep track. There wasn't a lot of rows. Like I said, only 19, so it wasn't that hard to keep track of. But yeah, that was in place of my King Charles brocade. I still don't know what to do with this hat. I don't know. I know there's plenty of places that would love to have it, whether or not the pattern is a little messed up on it. It's still a really cute hat. See, that's what it's supposed to look like all the way around. However, it does not. I don't know what I did. I did something wrong somewhere. I couldn't send it. There we go. I'm done with the hat. I'm done with it. Had to get it out of the house. Next up, I got this one finished. Now last week I mentioned that it took me a little bit longer to do this because I had taken a break. I knit 2 hats for the baby, and so I didn't get as much knitting time in general last week, but this last video week. But this last week, even though we've had a lot of things going on, I got this done. So this is using Mary Maxim Aspen yarn in the color Alpine, and this is in a Roman stitch. So this is what it looks like on. Back up a little bit for you. I love it. I love this yarn. So I took I had to take a couple pictures of it on yesterday for my Instagram. If you don't follow me there, go ahead, check it out, because I usually post everything I'm working on there. And I was cool in our house. I don't know how, because in January it was like 54 degrees outside, which is insane. And I put this on and I was like instantly warm and cozy. So I'm in love with this cowl. These types of big chunky cowls that you can just like cuddle up in and stay warm. And I also really like this closure. Again, it's like wrapped up. So I seam it up and then I cover the seam with this wrapping with the yarn. And I like how that comes out, because if I don't want it there, I can just put it in the back and still stay warm. And if I want a little something different, little definition, I can bring it in the front. So I love it. If you want to see more details about this particular cowl, I've shown it more in my last 2 videos, so go ahead and check those out and you will see more of this there. And very happy with that, how this came out. I also finished this big chunky scarf. I think I finished this yesterday. And I mentioned in my last video that there were a lot of places around town that accept donations for gently used coats, mittens, hats, scarves, things of that nature. So, and that was one of my New Year's resolutions, knitting goals, was to start, I wanted to donate 10 scarves. So this is scarf number 1, and it can be kept nice and flat. It is super warm. But I can't tell you the exact yarn that I used on this, because I got this yarn as a mystery yarn ends bag from Yarnspirations. They had one day where all their mill ends mystery bags were on sale for like $2.50 per bag. So I got a bunch of them, and I got a bunch of this gray. I'm pretty sure it's Red Heart Super Saver. It is softer than you think it's going to be. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know exactly what it is. But this is it. And yes. So the mill ends kind of get a bad rap. I can't remember how many bags I got of it, but you get 1 pound bags of undisclosed yarn. And I got a lot of blacks and a lot of grays. So I want to start using that up. And I thought this was a good way. I found nothing wrong with the yarn that I received. I know mill ends kind of get a bad rap, but so far I've enjoyed it. I've used it to make several different things. I can't think of them all on the top of my head, but nothing wrong with them. And so that is this. So I hope to get this down to one of the collection sites this week. Probably tomorrow when I drop my daughter off at school. We go near one of the collection sites. So there's that. And for things that I'm working on, I am almost done this little washcloth. I have probably about 5 more rows to go. Then I'm going to start up another one and get that done today. I love these. This is I think it's Lily's Sugar and Cream, and I don't know what the color is. However, it's just a simple diagonally knit washcloth. It'll be square once it's done, but very, very, I've made a lot of these. A lot. And we use them in my girls. Pretty much that's primarily what they use, and love. It's just a really simple pattern. It's a great beginner pattern. I'll go ahead and try to link down below the pattern for that. I vary mine a little bit, but yeah, we'll see if I can find one for you. And then last but not least, I have started working on this drop stitch cowl. I have not gotten far. I just started it this morning, so hello. This is using Lion Brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and even though, let's see, is it going to tell me the percentage of everything in it? It's 5 ounces, which is 92 yards. It's a super bulky number 6, and it recommends using size 13 US knitting needles or 9 millimeters, or size N 13 crochet hook, and that's a 9 millimeter crochet hook. And this is in the color Starlight. It is machine washable and dryable. Probably the reason I picked this up. And let's see, are you going to give me percentages of what? Yes. So it is 79% acrylic, 20% wool, and 1% one other fiber. And that would be the little like gold that you see flashing through there. That's that 1%. It picks up really cute on the camera. So it's just simple drop stitch, no pattern. I just know how to do a drop stitch, so that's what I just cast on 20 stitches and go from there. Every 5th row, I knit 4 rows, and then the 5th row I do my double yarn overs. So that is how it is coming out. And then I'm gonna I'm hoping, if I remember at the end, to turn this into a Mobius cowl, which means there'll be a half twist in it. Not normally how you're supposed to do a Mobius cowl. There's a particular way you're supposed to do it. However, I can't do the cast on for the Mobius. I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried, and I've failed, and I failed, and I failed. So I was watching I think it's Very Pink Knits, which I think is sponsored by Knit Picks. I don't know. It was Very Pink Knits, and she showed the simplest way to do a Mobius, which was just to twist one end of it before you sew it up. My mind was blown. I was like, what? It can be that simple? Yep, it can be that simple. So I'm going to be working on this week. I'm going to finish up that washcloth today, probably start up another one, work on this week, get this done, and then, because I did a previous video, it's within reach, I'm going to make up a project with this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, but this is a Caron Big Cake. I mentioned in a previous video that I had gone to Michael's and they had these on sale for, I think it was $6.99, and they were normally $9.99, and I had another coupon with it, so I picked up 3 of these. This is one, whoop, whoop, whoop. This is one, and then this is one. I really love this dark color. I'm drawn to the dark colors. But this was so pretty, I couldn't resist this either. My lighting is not doing it justice. Not at all. It's very, very pretty. And the yarn has some speckles through it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I've seen a lot of pretty projects online. I mean, this is pretty. They have here. That's crocheted though. So I'm gonna find something to work up with it, and then I'm going to do my very first yarn review video, and hopefully you guys will watch it. I've never done a yarn review video before, so I need to watch and see, get some ideas from other people. I have a general idea of how to do one, how I found working with it, if it was easy, hard, lots of knots, no knots, and I'm excited to do that, branch out a little bit from the vlogging, and yeah, do a review. I normally do a little bit of a review on these videos, so I'm gonna do a full video just for review. Typically, well, I expect those videos will be a little bit shorter, so yeah. Alright, what else do I have for you guys? I did want to show you this. Okay. So this little planter my daughter made for me last year when she was in pre-K 4, and we were so proud of it. We had it out on the front steps. She painted it herself, and it has Mom written on it, and it's so cute. And then the wind knocked it over and broke it. Just, as you can tell, pieces everywhere. And we were both heartbroken, but I was able to glue it back together. And it has some character to it. And it still works good. Like, when I water this, well, I had a different plant in it before. It held the water in without going too hard. I do have a bottom piece for it, so, but we're gonna follow the life of this poor plant because plants come to me to die. I normally have 0 luck with plants, and yeah, so hopefully this one lives. I think it needs to be watered, maybe. It says to let it dry completely between waterings, and it needs medium light, so hopefully here in my office it'll stay too. I don't know what type of plant it is. It just says foliage on the tag. If you know what type this is, go ahead, let me know in the comments, and hopefully we can keep it alive. I really like having some green stuff around, but like I said, I normally kill it. And I feel bad. My mom was just fantastic with plants. And we always had them in our house. We always had house plants. And in the summer, our front steps looked gorgeous. Like you could hardly walk up them. I remember one year in particular, you couldn't get up them without brushing against plants everywhere. And it was not a trait that I picked up at all. Um, you know the little, what are they called? The little plants, they come in such a variety, but they tell you like, oh, these thrive on neglect, so just forget about them and they'll survive. No, I killed them. hmm I think 3 plants now. I had a jade plant that died. Anyway, I won't go through my whole sad story of all the plants I've killed, but we're gonna keep track of that one together. Um, so there we go. I think that is everything, and yeah. So I will see you all next week. If you have not, like this video and subscribe if you really liked it. You can also find me on Facebook at North Country Knitter. You can find me on Instagram at North Country Knitter, and I'm always updating there as well. So it's fun. I like having fun with that. And I'm also on Etsy at North Country Knit Shop. So I think that's everything. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and are having a fantastic day whenever you are watching this video. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.